is not about perfection or victory or invulnerability. He's about absolute vulnerability. That's the only true courage.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. This has been a long time in the making. Been wanting to make a channel for probably 5 years. Just a lot of fear around being seen and not really knowing what I wanted to talk about. But everything that's been happening in my life in the past several months, all the things that have happened to me in my life, in my whole life, and then just all of like the healing I've been through and things of that nature have really inspired me to create this channel. And it's called Absolute Vulnerability because of the quote you saw at the beginning. It's from the movie The Peaceful Warrior. And that's pretty much been where I'm finding my foundation as of now in terms of how I approach life. So much of my life was shrouded in guilt and shame, either for my behavior, my actions, or just who I was as a person. And I know that this is a very, very pervasive emotion that a lot of people have, and it blocks them from opening up and being who they really, really are behind all the bullshit stories, behind all the trauma. And it really feels like it's my mission to share my story vulnerably with all of you, and then hopefully be somewhat of a beacon for anyone who wants to follow this path. And what I will say is, first of all, this path is not for everyone. Many people have called it the path of the heart, or the sacred warrior, or you can use warrior for each gender. But what it essentially entails, and what my journey has been, is becoming more and more conscious and more connected to the heart. And what that involves is diving deep into one's beliefs, traumas, stories, pains, shadow. And we'll talk more about this stuff on future videos. But basically what it means is it's a path to freedom. But on the way to freedom, there is so much stuff that you're going to have to deal with. You have to look at everything that you've never looked at in your life. You have to look at all the repressed stuff, all the behaviors you've exhibited that you are probably ashamed of or harboring some shame about. You're basically diving deep into your subconscious and poking around in there and bringing it all up. So it's not necessarily a fun process, this healing process, returning to wholeness. But once you have an experience in which you witness this freedom, this peace, this love that happens when you can see through that veil of pain and trauma, it really is impossible to go back. And that's where I'm at now. It's like, I have days where I'm working through some heavy wounds from, maybe I was a teenager, so 20 years ago. And there's days when I feel like I want to vomit or just curl up in the fetal position because it's so heavy to deal with these things that I've repressed for 20 years. But like I mentioned, once you understand that you are not your traumas, you are not your beliefs, you are not your ego, and like I said, we'll talk about this more in future videos. Once you understand this is the only path. So I guess this channel is either for people who have heard nothing about it and maybe resonate with what I'm saying, or it's for people who have started on this path and would just love to have someone to kind of guide them. And honestly, I'm just going to be sharing really my story, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked. Definitely a lot of pitfalls on this path of consciousness and living from the heart and waking up and healing. There are so many. It's such a complex area, and it's something I am so passionate about. So I'm so pumped for this channel. That's all I want to say. That's all I have. I think my next video, my plan is to do one a week. And my next video is probably going to be on shame and how I accumulated a lot of shame in my life and what I've done to work on that, and kind of how that has shown itself in a positive way as I've worked on it. So I'll kind of talk about how it manifested, what behaviors I did because of the shame, and then how I've been healing it and how my behavior has changed. And it's been the most profound and invigorating journey. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. So much love, and just remember who you are. That who you are is beyond your ego. It's beyond any pains you have. It's beyond any trauma. You are an expression of the very source of creation itself. You are so fucking powerful, and I just want to help people remember that. Talk to you guys very, very soon.